So wait a minute. Just so I understand, sleight of hand, does that mean that people who observe me only have to pass a 12 to see it? Or is it the 12 is just the people around me have to see it?
Well,
How's that
I'll
work?
need to make you.
Shouldn't it be I hide it once and then it's hidden? Or do I
It is hidden. Well, we can use that effect.
What do you mean, what effect?
What I just said.
You didn't say anything. I clarified what the effect was, but I don't know which
and
one
I said
you
we'll
chose.
use that. What you just said.
Which is which? That I only trick the people around me and everyone else gets a perception check from here on out? Or is it, it's just hidden?
You successfully hide your wakizashi, it seems.
Okay. But I'm asking you mechanically, with sleight of hand, now that it's hidden.
You don't know.
You don't know.
I should know what the mechanics are, though. I don't know what their role is, and I know mine. I don't know mine's a 12. I just know I hit it, but I'm wondering if every single motherfucker I walk into is going to be doing a perception of me and being like, "Oh, he's hiding a wakizashi."
A thing like that, it depends on the situation.
I would imagine if you're making it obvious, then they're going to have to look at you.
They obviously have not yet told you to disarm yourselves, but they said you will have to disarm yourselves before you meet Marcaw. So if they're looking you over for weapons, they will make a perception check.
Okay.
It's situational, Zach. It's not one flat-out thing.
You should have, or I should have.
All right.
Hey, sorry.
So, you guys, I'll bring you to the map. It's a very, very big map.
Oh, shit.
Yes, you are down here, and these guys all march you across.
Sorry.
There you have these guys just swim beside you because they have a swim speed. And right here, there's two of these guys there. What have you done? You're supposed to chase them off. Or bring them back spoiled.
Well.
The one speaks up. They will ditch their weapons now. And they turn to all of you. Leave your weapons at these posts.
Go ahead.
I'll take out my sword and just plant it in the ground next to one of them.
Thank you.
I will do the same.
Do they mind me keeping my shield?
He does not mind you keeping your shield.
Cool.
I will.
Never mind.
I'm just going to say your weapons will be in this space. Okay?
Yeah. I'll leave.
I take all my weapons, my rapier, my daggers, and my whip, and I lay them on the ground.
Okay.
I will. I'll even do the wakizashi. I'll put all my weapons down. Now that I've surveyed the battlefield.
Good call.
Good call, because they got an 18, and they noticed you noticing that they
you
noticed.
slide your wakizashi out, and but you put it in the ground. Fel, do you leave your bow and anything else that is considered a weapon?
Yeah, I'm gonna unstring the bow though, and they could see the string. I'm just gonna throw the string in my pocket.
Okay.
We gotta get the hell out of here.
Yeah.
I want to make sure I keep my string.
At least, yeah.
String is expensive.
As you approach, they say very well, and the entire group just moves up. As you approach, not that though. That stays back there.
So, what square exactly did I put it in? Just like this one, I guess.
You
farthest right.
You put yours in the one right in front of you.
Okay, that's cool.
Right there. Fel, you put yours down in there. Grim, you put yours in the end here, and Atlas, you put yours in the one to the very left.
Okay.
Yeah. Exact. Cool. As you approach, you see something very odd. Did my rain music stop?
Is that a Khajiit?
It is not a Khajiit. But
I
I will
don't
blow. I will blow up
Ether
the.
stole nothing.
All right.
It's Mike.
He's
It's
done no
it's Mike
wrong.
the liar.
So you see this guy over here to the right in a nice, beautiful leafy hat, and you see this other one with some odd tattoo and a white cloak. But that's not the most odd thing about this. In the center of this like pile of stones, although not drawn, you see a towering mud column affixed with twigs and twigs, briars, all the like to support it. And atop this, there's a little wooden monkey, about this big, about a foot tall, just sitting atop there. And they're just looking up at it like this, and they turn towards you. And they all these two bring you up this way. That is as close as you're going to get to Marka. Marka looks at you.
I bow.
So, yes, dwarf. Bow to me. And she has a very feminine voice. That Grim, you now realize why that lizard folk was laughing when he said, "Take me to your leader. I'm sure he will be something." And this is why. Their leader is actually a female. So,
just out of curiosity. Well,
yeah.
I don't know enough about lizard folk. Never mind.
You managed to come here without killing my loyal tribesmen.
I did not. Sorry, go ahead.
The preservation of life is important to us.
As
We
it
didn't
is,
see the need in killing them. They serve a higher purpose.
they serve no purpose if they fail at their task.
Perhaps you are unaware of the higher purpose then.
What higher purpose is there?
To live?
To live, that is fine. But death is an adventure in itself, I'm sure. Our
Perhaps.
God,
One we will all take one day.
our God
not this
protects
day.
us from everything. It destroyed the hags. It
I
will
believe my
protect our
comrades here
We
killed
actually-
hags.
We actually are the ones that killed the hags.
land. Heresy.
Perhaps your God spoke through them.
I do not think so. You will not say heresies again. So why have you come here?
To discuss a peace, we have no intention of wanting our scouts to be killed, and no intention of encroaching upon your lands.
Yes, these man creatures come from nowhere all of a sudden. Why is that?
Because we are building a city, we are building a civilization to the south, many, many miles away. And we'd
Civilization.
like to know these lands.
It always brings death and destruction for our people.
If it meant death and destruction to your people, we would have come here without an armed escort.
Persuasion.
But obviously, we're trying to make that extra step in opening a diplomatic tie with your people and respecting the land that you've already come to call home.
All right, persuasion to me.
Oh,
No,
damn it!
that's
Sorry. I was already said it for public.
It's okay.
That's pretty good, though.
It's good. So you have your diplomatic meeting here. I see. What do
could
you
tell
wish?
We could tell this place means a lot to you, and we want to be clear that we have no intentions of taking it from you. It seems that we're walking on holy soil, and I'd be interested to learn more about it. What is the shrine that you're worshiping there?
Hey, you may come closer, just you.
I want to get. I mean, I saw them talking about the wooden monkey, right? I don't want to get like threateningly close to it, but like
You're like
totally
right
would
there.
I would totally snag the shit out of it.
It's
right?
10
Like,
feet up on top of
As-
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
I can jump, but anyway, so I want to walk with. I'll come up to her, and then can we both walk to it together?
As you before you leave, I kind of like touch you
Okay.
and cast guidance on you.
Okay.
Okay, cool.
So she walks here. This is Moan Key.
I mean, Atlas doesn't laugh, but you know.
Yeah. You see, after the hags moved into the swamps, our battles and rivalry grew fierce. Unfortunately, we lizard folk couldn't even kill one of them, and were eventually. Hold on, this voice is really hard to do. And were eventually forced to withdraw further into the swamp.
That's a complete shame.
After a while, the terrible dreams stopped coming to us.
I recall those myself.
It is odd because it happened around the time that I was looking at Moan Ki, our great and benevolent god. He is a small statue given to me by my grandfather. I was looking at him, and the earth shook most violently. Mountains sprouted up to the far east.
To the face.
These dreams, they stopped coming. We walked over there and saw a powerful force must have slaughtered these hags. Moanki speak to me and told me it was him.
So, did you ever speak with the hags?
No,
You never knew their names?
never.
It's enlightening that I'm getting to see it from this side of it, because I was on the other side of that battle, and I can see what it's done for your people, and I'm very happy that this land is now your land again, and with no threat from the hag spawn. The hags were actually torturing us quite a bit too, and that's why, quite honestly, we were the ones that put an end to them. One of them was called Quiltana, and
These names, they
we
mean
made her
nothing.
speak her fine words.
Do you know of the fish folk in the area that
Our slaves, yes.
Kuatoa.
They were our slaves for a long time.
as
Until the
slaves and
hags
as
came. Am I not talking to you?
talking to me as a fish folk? I'm sorry, I don't understand.
Remember, she's not talking to you.
Yes.
She's talking only to
Atlas.
Atlas.
You
We're
over
still
here,
over here.
You can vaguely hear.
yeah, I just spoke.
Yeah,
up a
that's
bit,
why
but
she's she's kind of looking at you.
So, I think that it's possible we can help each other, Marka. We live in these lands too, and we don't want any type of relationship like the hag spawn had with you previously.
As
And
you're
that's why we're
talking,
coming here.
this one interjects. Marka, you shouldn't listen to this one.
Oh, good.
He speaks
voice-
devilry and clouds your mind.
And what was your name?
My name is none of your business. Thing.
It's certainly a great way of starting off a new relationship.
No relationship will ever be struck with you. Marka, send them to the depths.
I think I'd rather continue speaking to Marka, because quite
Sham,
frankly, I think she gets it.
Please, this one has not yet defiled our religion or our way of life.
And this one will not do either. we're simply here to try and strike somewhat of a truce, just an understanding that these lands are your lands, that we are on the larger lands, that we are now in this area. We're building a city south of here and looking to just come to terms, just know who it is that lives here, see what it is that we could strike deal wise, trade wise. I'm sure there's some exports that you guys would like to make a profit for. I don't know. Do you do trade?
No, we do not do trade. We
Okay.
could maybe. I don't know what you could possibly want from us. As you look around, and all their structures are like really shoddily made, and it's they're all mud packed and built of twigs.
Yeah. I mean, I think it might be something that you can't necessarily do for us, but it's something we can do for you. What else ails you besides the hag spawn? What other problems are happening here?
You. The manlings, they come to our borders, they threaten us, and we chase them off.
Okay. Well, thank you for sharing Monkey with me and the culture. I think we'd like to discuss some things with our friends and get back to you. Is it all right if I return to my friends?
Yes.
And I'll go back and I kind of want to talk to them, but is there a way that we could break away from the larger group?
They give you your space a little bit. They kind of herd you around and like motion over this way, but they're still like within 10 feet of you. But it doesn't look like they're particularly perceptive.
So I just want to tell them that we're kind of hitting a little bit of a crossroads. It doesn't sound like they're being forthcoming with anything we could do for them. And obviously, this isn't the time to ask them to enlist in our army. I think this is a good first step, but I don't know where else we can go from here. The alternative is Moanki and having them surrender to us by force. I believe if I was to steal their idol, that they would obey me.
Or kill you.
I'm not ready to steal a god yet.
And I'm okay. I was just mentioning that,
Well, what if we brought back our fishfolk friend as a diplomat at some point?
They refer to them as slaves. I think they're not going to respect that diplomat.
Well, no, but if nothing else, they respect strength and power.
That it's our slave too.
And looking at Marcaw Atlas up close, she had a very muscly physique, and she looked like the equal of at least 2 or 3 at your most conservative estimate.
Two or
like
three.
Two or three. She's worth 2 or 3 lizard folk.
So
at the conservative.
From like trying to get a vibe of how they do battle, did Marcaw have weapons or this other one have weapons, or are they clerics or casters of some sort?
1 second.
I definitely would have been looking them over, but I was more interested in Moanki and seeing if I could have.
All right. So what was the question there, Zach?
The question was whether Marcaw or this other one had weapons, or if they seem more cleric castery.
Oh, the Marcaw seems to be. You were looking, or you had enough time. You don't really need a check. Definitely seemed to have some weapons poking through her robes, but the other one, Shem, definitely seemed like a shaman type caster.
Huh. I think those two have this entire group fooled.
Would you? I mean, it's unfortunate because I think I've said as much as I can about the fact that we took down the hag spawn, but
I agree. But perhaps I'm trying to figure out a way to play at their game. I would like to the leader there seems to know more about this statue than anyone else, and there's no way to say that you are the god itself. Stealing their idol would not necessarily make them malleable to us, but I'm not sure that we can save this group, to be very honest.
I mean, at the end of the day, all we're looking to do is not have a problem with them. None of us want these lands.
Yeah.
None of us want. So what if we offered it as a one-sided treaty that we'll keep our folk away, we'll keep our people away for now, and we may come back in a few months. We may come back if they send a diplomat. We can offer to protect their lands.
I like that.
if you're-
Also, if we could always come back with gold or something, right? Some valuable thing to them.
Probably
And
weapons versus gold.
Yeah,
Probably
but
some type of
enlist them
armaments.
that way. Come bearing a gift. I like that a lot. It just gets us out of here. You know.
I would say we'll leave here that they
Well-
don't need our protection, but if they want to come to us, let's. And I don't necessarily want to show them our outpost.
You
Right.
if you are
That's cool.
proficient in nature or history, please make a private check to me.
Okay.
Not
While
proficient
you're
in
check-
nature, ironically.
I can do history.
Make a
All right.
private
How do
check
I
to me.
make it a whisper?
When you just shoot a
Just
clicker
hit it
and
and then go.
it should pop up saying public or whisper.
If I do what?
Like
If you just click the chat,
Oh, click the.
it'll say private or whisper.
Yeah.
Public or
God damn it.
yeah, when you click the check, the roll, it shouldn't automatically roll. A little dialog box should come up.
All right, I've got nothing in the chat right now. I'm just
Oh
gonna
no,
click
it's
it.
not, yeah.
Oh,
When you click it, a little box should come up, right?
it'll come up in the center of your screen.
Yeah.
all right, I'm gonna click it to check. No, it's just.
Yeah.
it
Okay.
just goes
That's fine.
immediately.
That's fine. Aenos, you seem to recall stories of lizard folk once they get in a place of power or they feel dominant over someone, they start expanding
Oh, God.
somewhat.
Weird.
And so only you know this at this point. While
In
they're
a place of
discussing
power.
this.
What does that mean exactly?
It's open to interpretation. It could just mean if you bow to their whims. It could be specific to their customs. If you do anything, you might not know that you're bowing to their whims, but they're very odd in that sense. But only your character knows this.
Okay, I'll kind of whisper this to them.
Okay.
Well, how about we establish they send us a diplomat and we send them a diplomat, that we open that door so that we aren't submissive. We both are entering into diplomatic discussions.
Let's wait a month. Let's wait a base amount of time. I don't know how long it's going to take lizard folk to cool down. Let them think about it. Let it go. I don't want them to feel like we're encroaching on their land, even though we kind of are. Truthfully, if they want to take over all the swampland, power to them, as long as we've got a good relationship with them. And so, why don't actually Atlas? They seem to respond to you. Why don't you show them the map? Why don't you show them the territory that we're willing to protect? The hags have dark, evil magic, right? Even though the hags are gone now, and now are we going to be offending their god if we say they'll come back? Other threats.
Yeah.
Well, before you go over there,
Um,
1 second.
Yeah. I'll do that. I mean, I've got some other ideas of how to phrase that too.
But right, I guess as long as we can keep it one-sided, the only thing we're looking for is that our people aren't going to be attacked or hit, and we'll keep our people away from them.
Yeah.
I don't want a cancer growing in our environment, and the lizard folk are honorable enough. We'll put it that way. And if they want a test of strength, if that's what they'll respect, if that's what they want, keep that in mind too.
Yeah.
We know they're a warrior caste, and I don't think any of us have a problem with putting down a few of them.
Yeah.
If that's what they want.
I wonder what you guys think about telling them about that larger evil. Herald coming back and that these lands are going to be threatened and it might take all of us? Or is that not worth opening the door right now?
I would say when they're more perceptive. Right now, I don't think they care about the bigger picture.
Okay.
Let's make them want to fight for us.
Okay, sounds good. So I'll head back over to talk to Marka about it, and I'll
just go and whisper mode with Doug real quick. Doug, it feels like after Anos told you this, it seems that these guys are very territorial and they'll want to expand once they feel a certain comfort, and not so much that dwarves will attack them, but that they might attack the dwarves if left to their own devices, no matter what treaty.
Then it behooves me to speak up then. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
My friends, before we get too ahead of ourselves, we are forgetting, I think, that my kin are but 30-ish miles away from here. If our newfound friends find themselves too comfortable, they may attack the dwarves to expand into that territory.
I mean, I think this comes back to me showing them the map and telling them that what we're comfortable with them having.
That's great. I can't say that I trust them after being in their company. So I have provided you the ability to have the audience. I leave it up to your better judgment whether you trust them.
Well,
but I don't think it's going to work.
You have nothing to worry about. If they invade Flanagan and any of those lands, will retaliate with full force. That's not a question.
I just worry about allowing it to happen at all.
So what's your preference then? Put them down now?
They're slow out of the swamps. They're lizard folk.
See how your conversation goes first. If you feel it's not going to bear fruit, give the word.
I think that ultimately we can come back to this exact point anytime we want in the future. If we walk away from here in this situation, I'm assuming they'll take us back for an audience with Marcotte because there's been a precedent set. Mm-hmm. And so if there's this precedent and we need to come back here, we either come through bodies of lizard folk or we get, walked straight here.
That's fair enough. I just want you to keep in mind that your entire conversation with the she-one has been her telling you what you are and are not and what you will and will not do. You have barely given any word to the conversation. That's all I'm going to say.
I mean, and if you want to test the strength,
we weren't listening to the same conversation.
For us, and I'm sure we would win that fight. If all they'd respect is a trial by combat, I'm all up for bloody in a nose or two.
I leave it in your court.
I'm just saying. I think you're mistaken, Grim. Firstly, because they wouldn't invite the prey to kneel at the god before them, right? It's obviously respect that's being built, and that's what I'm saying. Is I agree with Fel that giving a little time for the respect to set in.
Except perhaps we're playing into the game they wish.
They're lizard folk. A lion doesn't respect a sheep, but this lion is respecting this lion. Right, we obviously pose a threat, and they're well aware of it. I think if we just kill them all now, it closes that door forever.
And I cannot agree with your analogy. I cannot overstep your leadership. This is, after all, your party.
You're in a fortunate position, Grim, where your soul is not on the line.
But if I can help you save yours, then I will.
Well, it's appreciated.
But again, enough chatter. It is entirely up to you. I beg you to proceed with caution, because in order to win the game, one must know their enemy. And I am afraid that this enemy is showing no hand at all, and they're not giving much in the way of the conversation.
So I'm gonna look back to Fel, see if that changed his mind at all.
How many are in the village total right now that we can see?
Oh man, that you can see personally. There's those that you came in with, plus 2 more,
right.
Plus Shem, plus Marka. 1, 2.
What about
there's 3 more that you can see from your current position that that I
Under 50.
Under 50, yes, absolutely. Under let's see, let me yes,
I
under
mean, the
50.
other thing is, what if we just go challenge for a trial by fire right now, 1-on-1 combat?
If
Under 20.
Who should be the?
like,
Do
and from what you can currently see, under 15.
they're gonna be to the death if we do any trial by combat, and beyond that, we can't kill. We're already handicapping ourselves.
I just think that you should go into that conversation doing exactly what you want, but the minute you realize what I've realized, which is they're set in her way, because she's already convinced this entire group that this statue of a monkey is some god and is going to protect them.
It's kind of fun.
My thing here is, it is, and I make no bones about that. But my whole thing is, he went in there and said, well, honestly, I appreciate your honesty, and this is what we did. She didn't say or acknowledge it that they killed them. She said her god did, and she told him that they didn't kill them. So she's not giving you any room to work. All I'm going to let you know is she's going to look at that map and she's going to go, oh, I want to go here, I want to go here, I want to go here, and guess what? I now have a map to do it.
With under 25 lizards
Yeah,
That
I
we
mean,
know of.
that we know of. I mean, and well, to be fair, you want to snap your fingers and cast a spell and blow up that monkey, pointed as a false god, we're fine to do that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of indifferent at this point because honestly, I don't know if they're going to be that good of laborers, and I'm trying to think of like what exports this land would give,
Well,
and they don't really have much to offer other than the way of labor, and they're not going to come to our caves.
They're more warrior than anything else, and other than if I hadn't have cast a spell to make them do what they did, I think they would have just tried to kill us anyway. But the thing is, being here and listening to that conversation did not fill Green with enough confidence to say he wanted to get you here to get you in front of their leader. After that, he observed the leader and the way that she carried herself, and even the second one doesn't even trust us. I'm pretty sure she's getting what she wants without letting us know what she wants. Kind of meta here, but at the same point, if you think about it from the perspective of what we heard, we're trying to be polite, and she's just discounting everything we've said.
We're also unarmed.
Sure.
If they all come off on us, we're in a.
Well,
And something.
what I'm saying is get ourselves outside of this situation currently, get our weapons, and we can decide what we want to do. But just be careful with the conversation. If you feel like she's not going to let us leave, then you need to make that decision.
John or Alexander, you get something just clicks as he said that. You are unarmed, and what you're realizing is you've already bowed to one of their whims by unarming yourself, as Green is kind of saying this.
All right, and really quick, just the mechanics of the Thorn Whip. Can I actually grab things and pull them to me with it?
It says up to 10 feet, right? What's it say on?
The range is like 30 feet.
Yeah, the range is 30, but
I don't think it actually says you can grab anything. Can you hear me?
Conversation or what have you, and you can say, well, you know what, that's a false god. You claim that I didn't kill the hags, but
Let's have weapons before you do
I've got it if you want me to read
let's
it out
go.
to you.
I mean, I'm good with that, honestly.
Yeah, absolutely, go for it.
Right. You create a long vine-like whip covered in thorns that lashes out at your command toward a creature in range. Make a melee spell attack against the target. If the attack hits, the creature takes 1d6 piercing damage, and if the creature is large or smaller, you pull the creature up to 10 feet closer to you.
Yep.
So is that cool?
Yeah.
If it's not a creature, I mean, just making sure.
Yeah, it's cool. It's creature or object. You can pull it up to 10 feet closer if you want.
The range itself is 30, though.
The range itself is 30. Think of a very long whip, and you can't pull it all the way back, but you can pull them 10 feet closer at the most. And you can choose to just pull 5 if you want.
Yeah, what if it is like a handheld object, though?
If it's a handheld object, depending how much it weighs, I'll
Yeah,
say it
like a
has like a 10-pound limit. You
Okay.
could pull it all the way back.
Cool.
You,
Okay, just making sure.
yeah.
All right.
The
we can go back
monkey
now.
itself is pushing that limit
Okay.
as because it looks from here like wood
Yeah.
to you. All right, and I will go back into the other conversation.
They're
Right.
a little more intelligent than that, right? They're a little more
We've already complied
honorable
to them.
than.
No. I agree.
We gave them
This
our
lot,
weapons.
I don't believe those two.
Aenos is.
Did you hear me?
John? Yeah.
You guys hear me?
I can't hear. Oh,
Can,
there we
can't
go.
hear them.
changed
I'm gonna
the
refresh.
volume. I
And
had
it
to change
changes
the volume.
Yeah,
Okay.
it should be good, Jonathan.
Oh, before you say anything. Oh, shit. Doop-a-doop.
Whoop.
He probably just reloaded.
Yep. 1 second, everyone. I know it just throws off the order real quick.
I can hear the music now.
Oh, you can? Well,
I
that's
can
good.
hear you.
Yeah.
I don't hear music, honestly, but
Well, that's because when you reload, it just replays the sound. It's not on.
gotcha.
Oh, let's try
Not a
that.
loop.
There we go.
Okay, anyway. We already complied to give them our weapons.
Yep.
We made ourselves submissive in that way.
I mean, it's a diplomatic discussion, folks.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've ever been to one or not, but this is
So,
generally the terms
again-
in which they're held.
Yep. And again, I say go with the initial. And if you get that feeling that this isn't going where you want,
I mean, I think that I'll be clear. I'm not going to show them the map. I'll be clear that the swamplands themselves
theirs.
are theirs. But any further than the swamplands, and they will be the ones bringing a conflict upon themselves.
Exactly. Just lay that ground now, and then, like I said, if she does not, and you just let her know, we're gonna leave you in peace. No harm, no foul. You're more than welcome to talk with us. But if she decides to change that conversation to, I don't think I'll let you leave at all.
Yeah, for sure. Then go for the monkey. You guys think?
I mean, if you want to come back in the cover of night, that's your own call.
Marcosa speaks up. It has been long enough, don't you think?
Oh, Matt's upset now. Matt's like, "Don't you dare strategize." No, I'm just kidding. I'll head back over.
Matt doesn't care about strategizing. We do it all the time.
I'll head back over and
did it
then
last night.
I'll talk to her and say that. So my friends and I have been rather understanding of your situation, despite the terms on which you believe your freedom has been granted you. Despite those differences between our opinions on that matter, I think we're going to allow this arrangement to continue.
Arrangement of allow. What do you mean allow?
That we will allow you to continue to own and live on these swamplands, but the borders of these swamplands and the rest of the world are hard borders.
We
And-
care not about world dominations. But let's be frank, we've been here long before you.
This is true. Powers come and go, just as the hags came and went. What I will say, though, is that for now we're good. We come in peace and we leave in peace. But, you know, the borders of these swamps are hard borders. And if those aren't respected... I'll say that. Yes,
Okay.
leave in peace.
Borders? What borders are there?
The swamp itself is a border.
Our borders are wherever we set them. You have encroached upon our territory, and now we know why. You have a kingdom, so to speak. A town. It can't be very big.
And with that, I run back to my weapons.
All right.
I was about to say, hearing that,
You start
See an
running.
Atlas
You
run-
get to right
Roll
there,
initiative.
and
I mean, I didn't-
I need everyone to roll initiative.